before I fell pregnant, I was suffering from heart palpitations, just generally feeling quite stressy and anxious, scared that something bad is going to happen. There might not be anything that would trigger it, but it would just come on. And of course, my natural reaction would be, oh God, I'm going to have a heart attack. You know, I shouldn't be feeling so on edge. So I went to the doctor, and once the medication did kick in, I felt 100 times better. I mentioned it to the GP that we were thinking about trying for a baby. She said for the early days, they don't know what effect the medication would have on a baby, so that they'd say just don't take it at all. Once we fell pregnant, we were both absolutely over the moon. I was anxious because I want to get past the 12-week scan, so I was really, really anxious with that. So I made it up until about 20 odd weeks. I kind of started to feel my heart palpitations were coming back at work, just couldn't concentrate. I had to sit by the window because I was getting too hot. It wasn't just me now, it was the fact that I was carrying my baby, and also I'd been Googling everything. So off I went, and the GP was lovely, and she said by 20 weeks we're comfortable that the baby's developed all its main bits and pieces, and you actually potentially could cause more damage by getting so worked up than not taking the medications. So I did, and because I'd already taken them, within a week had calmed. The GP referred me to have some CBT counselling sessions, actually over the phone. Each session was about half an hour, 45 minutes. She also sent me like workbooks out in the post, and I'd work on them, and also like a little guidebook. So if I was feeling anxious at work or at home, I could refer to my guidebook, and it would give me little pointers and little tips to get me through certain situations. I wasn't going to be calm until he was safely in my arms, and it was a hell of a journey. After 3 days of labour and finally the C-section, I'll never forget the way he looked at me. He was placed in my arms. He just looked at me to say, I know you. The advice I'd give somebody if they were struggling with anxiety during pregnancy, I would definitely say talk to your family, talk to your husband, your partner and the midwives.